Okay, let's start. We don't need these just yet. Get this. I think I need a smaller brush for this purpose. Let's see. Ooh, it's getting cold now, guys. I had some big puffy slippers that I was wearing. I don't have them on me now. Let me get them. Oh, they're off to the side here. Oh, by the way, Mary Trunks, how are you liking your Steam Deck? For those that don't know, Mary Trunks here has been eagerly awaiting his Steam Deck, which he just received yesterday or the other day. So yeah, everyone wants to know. Everyone's dying to know. How are you enjoying the Steam Deck? All right, so let's... So yeah, we're applying just to the edges, just like this very inconsistent kind of flaking off chipping effect of the paint. And I think less is more, so we're not really going to try and overdo it. And I'm kind of like putting it on in spots, right? I'm not really trying to apply it consistently. It'll look more natural if you apply it unevenly. That's the plan. And for example, this arm here is orange. Maybe it's from another unit, another mech suit that's been like replaced. So for that one, maybe we won't apply this weathering to it. We'll use another method for that. Here, Chunks, haven't opened it. Would like to open it with my wife because she's the one who got it for me. Oh, okay. So you'd have to wait till like she's not busy or something. So considerate. So considerate, that Mary Trunks. Oh. Let's see here. Okay, the sound is good. Making up lore as we go. Hold on. You're here. I thought. Wait. Are you typing in the right chat there, Bacon, again? Or was that meant for here? I thought you were not here. They're in the parking lot. Ah. So let's take a look here. 10 minutes. Got to squeeze out every little bit of your freedom. So yeah, if you look at the shoulder there, I'm placing the some of the blue around the edges to kind of get that weathered look. Just on the orange parts. Oh, let's try and get this on screen, guys, so you can see what I'm actually doing. And really, weathering is something where you're going to be building this up in multiple layers. You don't want to do everything all at once. Everything everywhere all at once. You don't want to do all the weathering all at the same time. You want to build it up in layers and layers, because if you try and do it all at the same time, you're kind of gonna have a bad time. You want to just do a little bit, and then eventually it'll kind of come together, and that way you have more control. Because again, if you just try and do too much at the same time, you're really gonna have a hard time getting the control, and it's gonna kind of get out of hand. You don't want that. Oh yeah, I read that. Yowza, wow, this is turning out great. Thank you, Yowza. This is fun. Yeah, I really enjoy weathering. I haven't done it too much, to be honest, but I enjoy it. It's a fun process. There's something else. Okay, we'll get to that later. And again here on the any like hard edge, like just look at real life, you know? Kind of refer to real life and look at real items and just see how weathering kind of affects oh shit. How weathering affects that, right? Over time. Got to remember to there you go. Look at like your electronics, even look at like cars, old busted up cars, farming equipment. How does weathering look on that? What, you know, I actually have a like a folder full of images of farm equipment and rust and stuff like that to, you know, again, just for research purposes, for my illustrations and for my model building. It's actually kind of like a low-key obsession to like collect images of weathered and beat up things. It's weird how they organize it. Not really a huge fan of it. Oh shit, guys. It's a the fire alarm is going off. It's just a test, I think. So don't be alarmed. This has happened in the past. I'm gonna look into it shortly, but I think we're fine. I don't think I'm gonna burn. But just give me I'm gonna do this, and then I might just do a little quick check to see if everything is good. I was the murderer in your dream? Oh shit, you were the murderer? You'd be like, fuck you, self. Vanilla, please don't burn. I'm gonna try. No promises. Ashwin, that is kind of messed up. Yeah, that's terrifying. I would not enjoy that dream. Now bacon is definitely going to work for sure. Okay. Enjoy your day at work. Catch you another time, my friend. There you go. We're kind of just cutting into the decal with some paint to try and give the impression that it's kind of getting weathered and chipped. That's the idea, at least. Yeah, so pardon me, guys. You might hear throughout the stream some fire alarms. There was a warning. They gave us like a notification that they would be testing some stuff out over the next few days, and I was like, oh, okay, I won't stream on those days, and I thought we were good, but here we are with more of those sounds, or at least that's the first time I've been hearing them. So I think we're good, but we'll see. Ashwin, so fucking real and long and details are. So is my post. I was reading it. That does sound pretty messed up, my friend. Yeah. That was definitely one of those times where I'd just be like, fuck, I just want to wake up. Just kind of putting some chips in there. This helps to kind of tie in the decal with the rest of the model too, because right now the decal's kind of shiny, and if you add some paint to it, it kind of makes it matte. And of course, we'll be putting a matte coat over the entire thing, which will help. So this model is also quite small, so I don't want to really kind of overdo it. And we're going to add a bit more of this brighter orange just around, just a little more, because the orange that I placed was kind of faded. It was kind of light, just because this paint is kind of translucent. I was watching a lot of unsolved mysteries. Oh. I don't think I've ever watched that show. Is True Detective good? I don't know if that's actually related to anything, but I was watching or I was reading recommendations for people that like Twin Peaks, and I saw some people say that True Detective is actually quite good if the first season, that is, if you liked Twin Peaks. True Detective is awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm still loving Twin Peaks season 3. I'm still watching it. So good. Yeah, don't like that. Okay. Sorry guys, I might not be chatting a little at the moment. I'm just a bit focused on doing these chips. You guys like chips? I like chips. And you know, there is a method where you can actually just literally take a knife and cut into the decal and kind of scratch it up that way. I don't think I'm able to do that right now, just because the decal, the layer underneath the decal is simply just paint. There's no like protective layer on top. Like you would have to put a gloss varnish on top, and then you would be pretty safe to kind of cut into it. I didn't do that, so I can't use that method, but I like that. I like the idea of it. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Actually, I love all 2 seasons, but season 1 is the banger. 3 seasons. There's 3 seasons. Is the 3rd season out, like just now? I also want to watch something spooky for Halloween. I don't know what's good. I'm trying to think of something spooky to watch. We can kind of do a slash. That looks good. Ah, came off the base. Carmi, spooky movie. Yeah. Wait, is there a movie called Spooky Movie? I liked Nope, but that was the first Jordan Peele. That was the first Jordan Peele movie that I've seen. I've heard that they're all pretty good, so maybe I'll watch more of those. Got a train coming up, guys. Got a hype train. It's coming. You're thinking what? Get out. Uh-oh, shit. Oh, you guys heard that? Gotta do it. Gotta do it, guys. Carmi, want to see Nope? Yeah, it was good. Like, so I don't really know about the other Jordan Peele movies. I don't know how, you know, if people like them or what's good about them, but it's good. It's good. It has a different pace to it, and it's the kind of movie that you can talk about with people after and kind of talk about what it all means and the ideas and the themes or little details and stuff. I like movies like that. It's kind of fun. So yeah, it's good. Want to see Nope? And there's literally there's the train. Yeah. There's literally like Nope moments in it. You know, like when you see something scary in a game and you're like, nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. There's literally like a handful of moments in that movie that are just exactly like that. The main guy, like, you never watch a horror movie, and something spooky is about to happen, but then the protagonist is like, they go towards the thing, you know, they're like, instead of noping, they're like, let's just keep on walking towards the thing that will ultimately kill me, you know. In Nope, it's kind of like the opposite. There's a handful of times where it's like, shit, what's going on? This is scary. Nope, let's just nope. Nope, 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 nope. And for that reason, it's pretty good. I like it. It's good. I might even watch it again because I liked it that much. But yeah, you know, this is the perfect time to watch some spooky movies. Well, it is September. It's not quite October, but want to get a head start on my spooky diet, my spooky regimen. I'm on a spooky, instead of keto, I'm on spooko? I don't know. I don't know, it's stupid. So, if you look at this, yeah, they're selling Halloween stuff at stores, and what's that chain called? The one that like opens up temporarily in an empty store space. You guys know what I'm talking about? They actually Spirit, yeah, Spirit Halloween. They have a freaking a movie coming out. There's a trailer for Spirit the movie, and it's awful. It looks so bad. Frickin' Spirit. I love going to those stores though. Like, it's so fun to look at all the dumb crap that they have. And it's like, oh my god, do I actually want this? I kind of want this, even though it's not. Like, I want this despite the fact that I would only use it for Halloween. I might even just have it beyond Halloween. There's like, they had like stuff for Stranger Things and whatever. I was like, I kind of just want this stuff. Spirit, oh my god. Okay, and now we'll do a slash. Let's just kind of cut into this decal again with some paint, and this is again intended to kind of emulate the look of a decal or paint job kind of flaking off, right? So we're just going to kind of cut into it like that. Do you see? I'm just going to cut into it like that, and we're going to kind of blend it in with the rest of the model here because it is a lot darker than the rest. We'll kind of just spread that around to kind of bring it out, bring it to like the same level, and we can always go back and add a bit more. One thing that I think is really interesting is watching a lot of old painting restoration, and they have a lot of interesting ideas on how to restore paintings, and I don't know if I can actually apply any of those theories or ideas to like my painting, but that's the kind of thing that I find really interesting, is watching a lot of stuff like that and seeing how it can apply to my own hobby. I find that kind of fun. I shouldn't have been binging on horror mystery stories on YouTube, hence my nightmare. Oh yeah. Ooh, I think that, yeah, like the horror stuff on YouTube, like watching creepy shit on YouTube, that's like next level. I don't like that. I don't like that stuff because it's too much for me. It's like, I don't know. Watching a movie that's scary, that's one thing, but like the creepy shit on YouTube, yeah, can be a bit much. Okay, we're gonna cut into this now, and I think what I'll do is I'll mix a bit of this into the blue that I have here, and that'll kind of make it a bit more balanced. Carmen, I think I've seen that trailer for the Spirit one. Yeah, it has Christopher Lloyd in it, who's like, you know, everyone loves Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. I would hope that he doesn't have to do movies that he doesn't want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would hope that he's at a point financially where he doesn't have to do stupid crap, but he's at the beginning of the trailer, and I assume that like he'll probably die at some point in the movie. I was like, why is Christopher Lloyd in this movie? He doesn't need to be in this. Come on now, Christopher Lloyd. Doc Brown. Spirit Halloween. Good lord. Yeah, see, and so now this is a little too dark, too light, I think. But anyways, let's keep going. And it does look a little light, but I think once it kind of dries out, it'll kind of match. Can do a little strap. And again, the key is not to overdo it. I'm gonna really try not to overdo it. Yep. And we can actually go in with this. Yes, I think a little lighter might be good. And let's just take off a bit more. It's really tough to kind of make it look natural, like a natural weathering, because the human like mind wants to make things look symmetrical and weather things in a symmetrical way, and that's just not how. That isn't how it works in real life. It doesn't look good if you try and do it symmetrically, and so I'm always trying to fight that, my own human tendency with weathering and stuff. And having a sponge helps too. You can kind of like get a bit more variation in an organic way. See, that looks a lot better actually. You can just kind of get a lot more of an organic look if you use something like a sponge or a really crappy brush to really kind of create like a look. Oops, sorry guys, hit the camera. Speedy Hands McGee. This is you gotta take your time with this. Gotta take your time. Okay, and so this is the weird poem here, and we're gonna apply this again to kind of make it look weathered. Ba-da-bum. And horror games. Anyone planning on playing some spooky horror games? I know there's a lot of good stuff out there. I would like to play something. I don't know what though. I don't know what's good. Maybe I'll play Resident Evil games. It's been a while since I've played them. And I famously have noped out of... I say famously, no one knows this. But I noped out of Resident Evil 7? It was too spooky. I played it in VR, and it was bad. I was sweating in the VR helmet, and it was just so uncomfortable. Like between the discomfort of the VR helmet and playing it, and you know what? It's the feeling of being chased, like dealing with zombies, and you have a gun. I'm fine. Like I was loving it. It was good. But the idea that I was being chased by these guys, I hated that. That's the thing that I actually hated, and so I noped. I noped out of Resident Evil. VR, huge mistake. I tried Half-Life game in VR and was too spooked. Yeah, actually, Bacon, who was here earlier, friend of the channel, played that on stream, and he was having a bad time. Like, he was having a good time and a bad time, because it's like a really great looking game, and it's like such a cool experience to do it in VR. But also, like, no. And eventually, I think he just stopped, unfortunately. Did you do that on stream, Carmi? Oh man, because I would have loved to have seen that. Everything's up close and shit. Yeah, it's actually really crazy to think like how effective that is. The whole VR thing. It's a hard thing to really explain to people who haven't really tried it, but yeah, once you try it, it's like whoa. It's like whoa. So I think that's pretty good right there. We're getting there on the shoulder. This is kind of close to what we want. And I don't really want to do too much more to that. We might even be getting a little too far, but that's kind of close to what we want. And this orange, I was thinking I could have this be like a different arm. Like imagining it from a different unit. And so we would then do a different kind of chipping method to that one. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, pardon me guys, I'm gonna check the chat in a second, but I do need to kind of focus up a little bit on this. And again, we're being very selective of how we place it. We don't want to sort of apply it in a universal way, like uniformly. That's the other thing about doing weathering. You kind of have to just pick your spots and not really look to do it uniformly, because that's just not how it looks in reality. When things get weathered and chipped, it kind of occurs in spots and places, and then not in others. So you kind of have to think about that. You always have to be thinking about, I guess, the reality of how it would work. How would weathering and chipping look, right? You'd have to think about what kind of usage is this machine getting, and with that in mind, how'd the weathering look? Carmi looks great. Thank you. The art of randomness, exactly. It sounds so stupid. It sounds so artsy fartsy, right? Trying to really capture the sense of natural randomness or something, but it's true. It is something that I often am trying to capture when I'm doing this sort of thing. Something that I'm trying to see. That's a little too uniform, so let's take it away. We're just focusing on the orange part for now, but we do have to apply the weathering to everywhere else. And we can even like kind of drag it down. Like for example, this edge, you can kind of just drag it down. Just a bit there, and a bit here. Like that. We can do like a slash. I was gonna do another slash, but I think that's a bad idea. Okay. Okay. And how are we doing over here? Okay. So, I think what we'll do is apply the chipping now to the rest of the model on the blue part. So if you imagine that the orange paint has been placed on top of the blue paint, right, in real life, as in also when I'm painting this model, but also in real life, right, then underneath the blue would then be sort of the manufactured steel look, you know, like the steel, the brown kind of iron look underneath it. So that's what we're going to do now, is kind of get to that layer, and we're painting it on. But there are methods where you can kind of actually paint and reverse and chip away and get back to the original sort of base coat. There's methods you can do that. I'm not doing that today, but I'd like to try that at some point. Just catching up with the chat. Actually, when I was playing that horror game where I got stuck escaping a house full of cannibals, that might be the VR one, the Resident Evil one, I think. Actually, I never know how to sneak around baddies in first-person games. Yeah. Carmi, no, I would have thought to try it out beforehand. I also had Skyrim VR 2, but I couldn't get OBS to capture it right, so I never did a VR stream. Yeah. Yeah, because I think that VR is very, very hardware intensive. Even if you have like a really, really good computer, if you want to both do VR and stream, it just takes a lot of resources. But yeah, I actually want to play Skyrim VR. That would be fun, I think. I've heard it's actually quite good. Ashwin fills me with panic because I don't know where they are in relation to me. Yeah, exactly, man. Too scary. Too scared. I'm too scared. The whole perspective, it all sends me into outright panic mode. Ashwin, my friend showed me Half-Life on his PC. Found it exhausting, yeah. Ashwin, you've improved on the appearance of the base model so much. Yeah, I mean, this range of models, I feel like they really kind of benefit from painting. There's, you know, with Gunpla, with a lot of Bandai Namco models, they look good. They look really, really good, like straight out the box. There's a lot of color separated parts, so you don't have to do too much work in terms of wanting to paint it, or needing to paint it rather, which is great. But the Maschinen Krieger line of model kits, they really seem to be kind of focused on people that really want to paint and get into the shit, for lack of a better term. The Maschinen Krieger line, yeah, it's really seems to be about weathering and getting dirty and grimy with your models and stuff. So this is really just the start, guys. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna get grimy up in here. I guess. Do I have brown? Oh shit, where's my brown? I gotta get some brown. Here we are. So yeah, we're gonna get to the weathering. I think for this we're gonna use some gray and brown. I don't want to use straight black. I think that this will be kind of like good enough if I kind of mix these two to kind of get that feeling of a grayish black. So let's just shake up this paint. Let's shake up this paint. I'm gonna get a sip of water. You know, I quite liked the Conjuring series. I've only seen Conjuring 2. Well, so I can't really say I like the series, but I actually have the other movies. I think I have one in 3, or maybe 1. Do you guys like The Conjuring? I think it's kind of fun. I like the fact that it's like a series of movies, and it's just these like this like husband and wife, and they're exorcists, and they go around trying to solve spooky mysteries. I think that's kind of fun, and they are based on real people, I think. I thought that's kind of fun. Like, I'm sure that it's been greatly exaggerated in terms of making it a movie, making it entertaining and all that. Of course it has, but yeah, I think The Conjuring's pretty fun. Never watched them that I remember. Yeah, I think that the director is some. Is it Justin Lin? I think. Was it the guy that directed Aquaman? I think it might be. They're pretty fun. Like, I'm not saying that they're amazing, but they're pretty fun. Fun watch. Ooh, it's getting really cold, guys. I've got the window open and it's quite windy today. Not sure if I should close the window or just leave it open just to have some air circulating. Okay. Okay, guys. Bravery test here. Let's start doing the chipping. And we're gonna be very, very careful. And again, this is like you're gonna try and find those like hard edges, and you're gonna kind of attempt to create like an effect of paint flaking off. And you're gonna try and think about the areas of the model where a lot of use is going to happen, a lot of like, you know, in the joints or where like two edges meet, and then there's going to be this kind of like flaking, chipping off look. That's what we're going to be doing. Have I seen Andor? No. Is it out now? And if you have seen it, what did you think of it? Without spoiling, of course. It seemed pretty good. Like, I mean, the trailers, it seemed really serious compared to the other Star Wars things. Do you know what I mean? It seemed more... Well, I guess it seemed more in keeping with the tone of... Here, let's paint all... Just kind of going around the model and seeing all the places that we need to put this stuff on. And seeing the angles where it's going to work. Like, move your model around and try and sort of get the angles that work for you, rather than trying to, like, hold it in one place and apply it and get all the angles with your hand. Move it around and see what works for you. And I'm gonna take this guy off the base. Ah. Ah. Oh, I glued it on. Holy shit. I just realized I glued this guy on. That's why it stuck on there really well. Fuck. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yes. Let's get this off here. Ooh, I glued that on real good. Yes, I used super glue. Maybe I should have... I thought I applied just a bit of super glue, but I guess I put way more than I thought. Okay. Let's get that foot back on. Let's use blue tack. I think blue tack is the strat. Okay, and we're gonna apply... So we can go a lot heavier on the feet, for example, right? Because that's where a lot of wear and tear and use and abuse is gonna happen, right? So we're gonna really get in there. Let's remove one of these feet so you can get the angle on it. Oh, it just doesn't want to come off. I'm just gonna leave it then. We will revisit the feet. The feet. This is the one that I could easily take off. Yes, I got them confused. Alright, let's do the same thing here. And again, we can kind of afford to get a little more grimy on the feet just because this is where it's going to see a lot of use. I haven't really thought about any kind of diorama for this. I would kind of like to, but I haven't really put much thought into it, so, you know, we might not do one immediately. Think about that. Give it a bit more thought. They wander a harsh and unforgiving realm. I was thinking of some kind of Conan-ish thing. Harsh and unforgiving realm. They kind of do. I think they do. I mean, like, if you look at a lot of the the stuff that people make for Maschinen Krieger, a lot of the models, they're all mad grimy. So grimy, dude. They really get in there. Like, this is not even the start, like, in terms of how grimy people make their Maschinen Krieger models. And I would like to do not that heavy. I'm trying to kind of not go in that heavy, because I have done that before, and I want to try and exercise a bit more restraint in order to kind of get the feeling of control. I don't know. And I have to be careful because I don't want, like, I don't want to get any weathering bits on parts that I don't want. So I'm trying to be careful. Okay. Yes. Feet. And I think we got to go in with a brush now and try and apply some of this with a brush. But I'm also going to get a sip of my beverage. Might have to mix more paint now. And we're going to go in with the brush and really try and get some control here. And I'm just going to look at, like, this model from one angle only and kind of work that angle. Also, this brush needs to be cleaned, and I can sense that it's kind of getting stiff. The paint is, like, drying on the brush. It's not good, guys. Even though you might be using the same color, you still want to clean your brush periodically. You don't want paint drying on your brush. There are things you can do to address that. I just bought some actual paint soap not too long ago. And it says that it can clean off, like, hardened oil paint off your brush. I want to try that out because I do have some oil paint brushes that have some some really yucky stuff on it. Some acrylic paint or rather oil paint from years and years ago. So I wonder if it could actually take that off. It says it can. Yeah, this time of season is nice. It's kind of like sometimes I feel crappy about it. I guess it goes back and forth. Like, sometimes I'm like, yay, I love it. I love the kind of cool air, and I love the feeling and the vibes. I love the colors. I love this time of season really brings back a lot of memories of going back to being in school and stuff. But it also makes me feel like, oh god. It just makes me feel kind of ugh sometimes. Okay, I think I gotta mix more paint of this brown, so let's do that. Let's, it was these two colors. Wait, no, these two colors. Let's shake them up a little bit more. Let's take a little break too. Let's, you know, let's have a little pause, because you know, we've been at it for nearly 3 hours, and I barely took a break, so we can have a moment. We can have a little moment. Yeah, we'll work on just this side and try and resolve all this, like this color of chipping on this side, and then we'll go on to the next side and work that way. What's going on the internet? Where's my iPad thing? Blah, it's too far. Do I want to get up? I guess so. I should get up, because I've been kind of sitting down for a while. Let's take a little break, guys. A wee break, because we're almost at the 3-hour mark. Let's put this on, break time. We'll leave the music on here, and then I'll be right back. Let's do a little slash here. Yeah. A little slash. Let's do a little slash on the feet. We're getting spicy, guys. We're getting a little brazy here. I might have to remove some parts to kind of better see what I'm doing. Catch you around. Right on, Fillsbury. Catch you around. I think we need another slash. Oh no. Okay, right here. Just like that. Just like that. Bob Ross. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a bigger model, a bigger Maschinen Krieger model, because I think it would just be really fun to go to town with the weathering, because with this it's 35. It's 1 in 35th scale, so you have to kind of keep that in mind and not go too crazy. I think, at least. I don't know. I'm trying not to go too crazy with the weathering. But though the larger Maschinen Krieger models from Hasegawa, those are 1 in 20th scale. So they're kind of like almost like an action figure or something. Like, that's how big they are. And they look like they'd be really fun to mess around with and get into weathering. So yeah, that's something to put in the pile for the future. It's put in the maybe pile of what we can work on. You know, maybe because I've been doing some weathering with these, maybe the next build I make will be not as grimy. Maybe we won't work on a model as gross and grimy. Bob Ross, vanilla, yes sir. Yes sir, Bob Ross, I love Bob Ross. Eddie, you inspired me to start working on Xiong again, so now I'm 80% done Xiong, damn. That's sick. Good stuff, man. Looking forward to seeing the made Xiong done. If you guys don't know, Eddie here is working on a custom Gunpla model of Xiong, but as a maid. Hello? As a maid? Amazing. That's amazing that you've made a maid. You've made a maid? Uh-huh. I made a weird joke there. Bob Ross, just like that. Bob Ross is my spirit animal. You know, unfortunately, it's very difficult to own a Bob Ross original painting. I was looking into that at one time. I was like, damn, wouldn't it be cool to have a Bob Ross painting? And I thought like, they're probably really crazy expensive, super hard to find. But unfortunately, there's just so many fakes out there. They're very hard to. I'm sure there's there's like one central place where you can kind of get authenticated Bob Ross paintings, but yeah, unfortunately, there's the what's the word? The forgery market is really strong on Bob Ross, and so it's kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to buy one, but luckily enough, you can just make one. You can just try yourself. I think that's the best thing about Bob Ross is you can try. Just try. Trying to put some happy little trees. Oh, right there. You know, grow an afro, right? Take a few months to grow yourself an afro. Get what do you need to make your hair curly? Is it get your hair permed or something? The reverse of a relaxer, you know? And then start painting. Just like that. Carmi, good job, Eddie. Yeah. It'll make all the Titas proud in Dubai. Hold on. Are there a lot of aunties in Dubai? I have no idea. Oh, because of the maids. Understood. Understood. Yeah, man. Let's just inspire each other to new and greater heights. I know there's this sentiment that I hear sometimes where it's kind of like, wow, this person's so great, so now I'm intimidated and now I don't want to do anything. You know, you guys ever have that feeling? I've even felt that way sometimes, but I wanna fight against that. I want people to, you know, instead of feeling like I don't want to do that, that's really awesome, but I don't think I could do that. I always want people to just do it. Just try. Don't think about like trying to make it look just like this person or that person's work. Don't think about trying to make it look amazing. Just do it. I don't know if I like that. Yeah. There you go. Hella Tita maids in Dubai. Okay. Has anyone ever been to Dubai? I don't know. Is it a good place to be at? I don't know. It seems like if you're super rich, it's awesome, but for everyone else, it probably kind of sucks. But yeah. Oh, look at that. I made a swooshy, but then here's another swooshy thing. I don't know if I like that. Anyways, we'll carry on. We'll fix it if it needs fixing a little later. I don't like that, but anyways, we'll carry on. You know, it just seems too like, I don't like that. Anyways. Because I get inspired all the time. I get inspired by watching like all of you guys work on stuff. Eddie here, very creative. He's got the vision. I keep on saying that. And he's got the vision. Carmi's got the vision too. She's making some very cool custom work. And even when it comes to like stuff that's kind of outside of my wheelhouse, you know, like Vanilla does a lot of graphic design, does a lot of like pixel art. I just love watching that because I get inspired, you know? Like I watch YouTube videos of people making wooden furniture or sharpening knives. And I'm like, I'm inspired. Sharpening knives. Suddenly I'm inspired. There's, you guys, on YouTube, there's this really cool Japanese musician, Ichika Nito. And he's like this super artsy, like he looks like an anime character. Ichika Nito, I think that's his name. He's a guitarist, right? And he looks like a living, breathing anime character. Kind of like a really handsome dude. Anime handsome guy. And he creates these like very short melodies on guitar. And I'm like, I'm inspired. You know, I don't play guitar. I can't really relate in some regards to what he does, but I'm inspired. I poo. Carmi, the iPoo. The iPoo is not gonna be a thing. Or maybe it will be. iPoo. Oh no. The photos? Oh, I gotta see these photos. I'm gonna take a look probably after I'm done streaming, because we're getting there. We're getting there. I want to see. Vanilla, I love watching people restoring furniture to fall asleep. Yo, restoring furniture. I did see some of that too. There's actually a guy in Toronto who buys for like, you know, really cheap some shitty furniture, and then he does like an amazing, beautiful job restoring it. I love that stuff. I love it. Okay, we're gonna use Sponge-chan. Sponge-chan. Be very careful with Sponge-chan. Okay, and then this thing here is gonna get a lot of abuse, right? It's just a piece of junky tech, the engine, and I kind of imagine that it's gonna get all greasy and replaced and all of this stuff. It gets the most use, so we can kind of go in heavy with that. Yeah, there's a clear windshield for this model, and I have to work on that too. It looks a little cheap, like it's a cheap little plastic clear thing. So I don't know. I don't think I think I need to put some paint on it, like to kind of make it look weathery and weathered too. I don't think it'll look good if I just leave it like as it is, just simply a plastic thingy. It probably needs some attention. Carmi, I meant to type, I am poo compared to you guys. Carmi, you are not poo, okay? I am here to tell you that you are not poo, okay? Imagine having to need that confirmation. Like, am I poo? No, you're not poo. Vanilla, I think I know that YouTuber. Oh, Dashner Design and Illustration. Oh, that one's from Minneapolis. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find the one that I was thinking of. Really cool. It's amazing the stuff that people do with furniture. You know, I actually have a whole bunch of restoration. No, that's not right. A whole bunch of woodworking tools. I've got a lot of it. It's like just left over from my dad. It's just in storage. I don't know when I'll ever get around to using it, but I have it. I might actually lose a finger if I actually use that stuff. So, yeah, it's nice to have, and I love the idea of maybe using it someday. Is very appealing to me. But yeah, I'll probably lose at least 2 fingers if I use that shit. Ba-da-bum. Purple, we need Eddie to record the Epo and the Derps theme song. Maybe the poo is friend. Exactly, the real poo. That's exactly what it is, Vanilla. The real poo. Oh, I just realized I needed this again. It's wet, so I kind of want to get it back to a dry state. Can I remove this? This will be a little easier to... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. And can I remove the feet? Yes. Ooh, this. Oh, there it goes. Subassembly, guys. I'm so anti subassembly, and yet look at me now. I need to get used to that. I'm not used to that because of, again, Warhammer. Most Warhammer stuff, at least when I painted a lot of Warhammer miniatures, they were all like, you know, simple assemblies, and you just paint them all together, like all assembled. But with Gundams and Japanese model kits, it's a lot better to do sub-assemblies, painting in little parts and then assembling it after it's been all painted. Not used to that though. Choo choo choo. Okay, okay. I think we're close. We're close to getting this like first stage of the weathering done. There's one thing that I'd like to do before we kind of wrap things up, and I want to show you guys something. Let's just get these feet back on. Let's get these feet back on. Let's get a beverage. By the way, guys, oh, you know what? I know what we'll do for Halloween. We'll do this. Halloween, guys, count on it. We're gonna make this. You guys know what this is? This is like a little Japanese make your own snack kit, and it looks like, see, it looks like corn. It looks like what is that? Like a Twinkie on a stick or something? That's like candy, a candy apple. And then this is French fries, blah, blah, blah. These are so fun, yeah. Spooky corn. Woo, spooky corn. Let's do this on Halloween. I opened it just to see what it was like. I bought this at a comic convention not too long ago. It looks like a plunger. Imagine that. It's like a thing in Japan. They're like, plungers, we love plungers. Yeah. It's already kind of like, there isn't really much to look at until I open it. So that's what we're going to do. Halloween. Let's make this. It's going to be mad spooky and mad fun. Actually, I hear it looks, it's more fun, and it looks more fun than it actually tastes. I've heard that they don't taste that great. But what the hell? Let's do it. That's the plan, guys. I think it'll hold up. I don't think it's gonna go bad before then. I think it'll be fine. Okay, I think... Oh, we gotta get this. Gotta get this. Oh, vanilla, you've made one? Tastes like nothing? What? It tastes like nothing? I was hoping it'd be like, at the very least, just sugary, like, you know, not great, but at least just sugary. Okay. I think I need to... So I was disassembling, but now I might need to reassemble. There's a lot of little details that I still have to do, but let's just kind of get... Let's take stock of what we've done thus far, and then we'll kind of do one or two more things. How are we doing for time? Yeah, let's do at least one or two more things that we need to do for these. And I want to finish this up this month. Let's just say this month. We can wrap this up with the remainder of the days that we have left for this month. I think we're winning. We're in the winning category. So let's do that. Let's try. And I think we're on track. Let's take stock of how these babies look. My little blue babies. There's some hint of the flavors, but that's all. The final product is pretty small too. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Ooh, kind of looking nice, I think. Let's see. Oh, and we gotta put these shoulder things on. Not bad. We're getting there. take a look, guys. Yes! I think this is pretty nice. I think we're getting there. I'm pretty happy so far. Yes. Junky. Chunky and junky. Just how we like it, guys. Thick. With 2 C's. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see that behind. Let me see that behind. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. So let's see what else we have to do for these guys. Hold up. Oh, here we are. There's that booty though. There's some weapons. See, there's like a missile launcher. There's 2 kinds of missile launchers. I've got 2 of them. I've got to paint those. I actually don't know what color they should be. Let's look here. Oh, they're just kind of gray in this sample here. They just painted it gray, so yeah, it's not going to be too hard. We could always color it something else. And here's the pilot. One of them has the pilot's face sticking out. So yeah, we'll do that. That's probably going to be another stream, like, and that could be almost, I don't want to say the entirety of the stream, but we can. I mean, to do a face, we kind of need to focus on just that. So that could be a whole other thing that we can do. Working on painting faces. I don't think I've ever painted a face on stream, or well, I guess I have, but yeah, we'll do that. That'll be good. And okay, so here's the next thing I'd like to do. This is like kind of like the last thing for today, and it's a way of making the chips look a little more realistic. I don't know if realistic is the right word. It's a way of making the chips kind of have more definition, and it does come from the Warhammer world. It's more of a Warhammer technique rather than a scale modeling technique. I don't even know if that distinction is an important one to make. In my mind, there is a bit of a difference, because in the world of Warhammer and painting Warhammer stuff, models tend to be painted in a much more dramatic fashion, where you're gonna actually sort of like paint on the lighting, and there's a more of a focus on creating a sense of visibility from afar, because like people play Warhammer from a distant, like they're not going to be looking at the models super up close. They tend to stand like 6 feet away from their models or whatever on a big field, on a big battlefield. So models have to kind of look good from that distance. And in the world of scale modeling, in the world of building tanks, painting tanks and airplanes, it's different. It's a different kind of consideration. I think they don't really have those same concerns. In my mind, there's a difference. I don't know. And then Gundam painting is kind of different too. It's also kind of different from both Warhammer and the scale modeling sort of tank building military community. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts about that, like regarding what those differences are, if there are indeed any. It's just something that I think about. Okay, but here we are. We've got some white paint, some white paint. And we're gonna make sure that we just have just enough to create that line, mark it out, and we look at the chips, and you find the underside of the chip, right? And you're gonna sort of, whoa, too much. Fuck. That's hilarious. Let me flood the area and clean that up, because it's a little, didn't like that one. Ooh. Okay, let's try that again on a different area. Because that other area is too wet now, because I flooded it with paint. And you just want to get enough paint, and you're just going to kind of find that underside of the chipping, And you kind of want to mark that out. That's a little heavy right there, but that's kind of okay. And it kind of creates this definition. It kind of shows how the paint is flaking off. And what I'll do is I'll take some pictures and put this on my Instagram. I'm sure that Nightbot has posted many times already. My Instagram. Show you guys what I'm talking about here. And you don't really have to apply this to every single little speck of gray material. Just need to highlight it in some spots, and it really helps. It looks cool. Looks really cool. So here, for example, because if you imagine like a car, like a broke down car, right? That's all rusted up and stuff. If you imagine how the paint would be flaking off, there's a bit of like depth to that actual flaking paint, right? And then there's a kind of like the paint that's underneath the flaking. And that's what we're trying to communicate here, just a little bit. And I'm using a lighter color of a light color of this blue, like very light, almost to the point of being white, but we're not actually using white. That's crucial, because I think if you use white, it's just it's too stark of a contrast. So you just want to use a little bit. There's little dots, just a little every couple of bits. Here, let's try and get a close-up now, show you guys what I mean. Enhance. Particularly in that like loin, the loins of this guy. That's where I've been placing it. And again, I'll try and get some photos on Instagram to kind of show it off a little better. That's what we be doing. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment. It's the last thing we'll do today. Just a bit on this model here. There's a lot of places that I would have to apply this to throughout the model, but I will probably continue off stream after I've eaten. Probably gonna eat kind of soon. And you don't want to use this too much, and you kind of want to follow that specific pattern of the layers of paint, right? And this would be the most, this would kind of be like the most paint being revealed, I guess. I don't know, I can't sometimes I have a hard time explaining things. Anyways, and the next time that we stream, I'll probably work on using some weathering powder. I'm gonna bust out the weathering powder and kind of get more grimy, get more dusty. I think that'll be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out now. It's always very exciting when it kind of starts to develop, and really those little extra details start to come out and everything. I like that. Just chilling. Yeah, ooh, I kind of like it. And yeah, we're not really going overboard, you know? Just looking at some spots and places to place it. And I like it. It's looking pretty cool. The hands, I should probably hold off on the hands. Because I kind of want to do a really good job on that, so we'll just hold off on that for now. Okay, okay. I said as I continue to work on the hands. Okay, so take a look at this slash that I did. There's like this gray slash on the shoulder, and it's a gray slash. So on the underside of that slash, we'll put some white, and again, that's that sense of depth that you then create. But the paint is too dry on my brush, and possibly too dry on the palette, so we gotta try again. It just wasn't. This wasn't drawing a line as I'd like, so we'll try again. Aha, there we go. Very slight, and I'm just kind of like drawing that line above the model and kind of slowly bringing it closer to the model, maintaining that same arc, that same stroke, and just continuing to kind of do that until the mark becomes visible. That's how I do it. I'm sure that there's better ways to doing it. There you go. And then yeah, just look at all those little gray blotches, those little gray parts, and you kind of just give them a little more definition by finding the underside of it and marking it out with a light, some light white or a light gray. It does take a bit of concentration, and I'm kind of reaching my max limit right now, so we're gonna stop pretty soon, and I'll continue this later after I've had something to eat, after I just kind of hang out and whatever. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's very like little details like that really help. And just I'm trying to just be very careful with it. But we're getting there, guys. Let's see. Let's take a look. We're getting there. This is again the sort of Maschinen Krieger aesthetic. It's where we're getting there. We're getting like really junky. We're getting really messy, getting really grimy, and there's a lot more grime to go. But yeah, I think we are onto something. This is shiny from the decal, and we're gonna, when the model gets sprayed with a top coat, that'll all kind of simmer down. Is that the right way to put it? It'll kind of come down a bit and look more matte and more uniform with the rest of the model. But so we've done most of the chipping, and we're kind of working on like just a little bit of white detail to kind of define the chips more. And then next time we'll add the rust. We're gonna get into the rust and the grime to really make this stuff look weathered and junky. So, and I think after that we'll be very close to done. So that's really cool. But I think that's gonna be it for me, everyone. So if you've made it this far, thanks for hanging out. You guys know I really do appreciate